Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Witch Queen Season of the Risen, and it's still Guardian Games Intel. And in this video, I'm going to be discussing a glitch I think everyone should know. Not only because of the benefits it provides every week currently, but also it's looking like it's going to be one of the better glitches to do moving into next season when we actually have raid rotation. Now, of course, we don't really know how raid rotation is going to work, but it couldn't hurt to know this given the chance that you might be able to actually do it for some actual high-level power gear in the future. Also, because it is Guardian Games, this particular glitch allows you to get platinum medals solo, and though it is not the fastest way to get platinum medals, if you are somebody who has absolutely no one to play with, this is an actual method that anybody can really do, and you don't have to have any particular power level to actually be able to do it. If you do have a large group of people, say 6, you can actually do this particular farm really quickly and maybe even set a world record. I don't know, because if you have 6 people actually doing this particular glitch, it just makes the boss kill absolutely easy, and that's of course what we're going to be doing. Before I get into all the information regarding this glitch and how to solo Kalli, I'm just going to remind everybody, I'm still doing the giveaways on my YouTube channel. Every 1,000 subscribers, we're doing a Witch Queen Deluxe Seasonal Pass or something of equivalent value, if of course you already have it. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on all the post notifications, that bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below, or you can leave a comment in the comment section or any of the hashtags listed directly beneath this video in the comment section for another entry into that giveaway for this video. And remember, I do that for every single video, so if you haven't seen this on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. Now, I'm going to be taking you through how I actually do this glitch, and I do this on all 3 characters, so when we get to a part where maybe one particular class has an advantage over the other, I'll let you know, and we'll just take it from there. But I'll go through slowly, as though I have done this in the past. Some people, I think, still get hung up because there's little areas that maybe I don't take quite enough time to explain. So the first off is you'll load into the Last Wish raid. As you can see, I'm just standing out in front. Now, I would suggest having a Warlock with Top Tree Dawnblade, because you get heat rising, and that'll let you do some serious jumping. Also, the super lets you do quite a bit of platforming outside the map, and that's primarily what we're going to be doing. If you want to try this on a Titan, I would suggest bringing Lion Rampant boots and a sword. I'm also going to be using a sword because it can't hurt, so that you can actually do some sword flying, and I'll show you where that's really necessary. And if you're on any other class, well, there's only one other class, but if you're on anything that doesn't give you that long jump, so even perhaps on a Titan or on a Warlock, if you're not using Dawnblade, I would suggest bringing this particular exotic, if you have it. Stasis would probably be the best thing if you don't have Salvation's Grip, but Salvation's Grip will really come in handy. And make sure that you have at least 8 shots. If you load into the raid, you'll have 8 shots. I think you can actually go and hit a public event banner before you load in to get more if you need it. But it really only helps for the beginning part, primarily for hunters. Titans should be able to make most of the jumping, and Warlocks definitely can. But maybe on any of those classes, it might make it a little bit easier. So as you can see, I'm at the beginning, and right to the immediate right as we head towards the entrance of the raid, we're going to jump up and over and through this invisible wall. And then you can kind of make your way over to this ledge. It's fairly easy to get there. If you jump right over the wall, you'll just drop here and then just sort of make your way up to the left. Now you're going to want to come over onto this side of this rock ledge, because there is an actual invisible barrier here. And if you try to jump onto that ledge, which is where we're going, you'll hit it. So you have to come out here a little bit and just sort of jump out and then around the invisible wall You can land here. You can kind of see it a little bit better as you look back. Come around this corner, and we're heading over to a ledge right over there. You can't really see it. There's two parts to this, but again, we're going to sort of jump out and land, because if you jump immediately here, though you will land on a wall, there's another invisible wall blocking you. So you kind of want to come out this way and just trust that it'll be there. You can see it. Maybe if you have your brightness turned up a little bit more than I do, you might be able to see it a little bit better. Now, this is the big jump, and probably the one that most people have trouble with. This is where you're going to need Salvation's Grasp if you have it, or Stasis. You can use Stasis on this wall here to make your jump across, but we're heading for that platform all the way over there. Now, a Warlock, if you use a sword, which I would also suggest, can just use Heat Rising. If you have your super, that'll obviously make it. And just easily go across. Use the dash as you need it, and a sword, and you'll make it. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to land up here. There's actually another area that you can land just right down here. So if you're going across on a Hunter or on a Titan and the sword flying, you just need a little bit of a drop. This is the best place to go, though most Titans can probably make it up there. But then jump up onto this ledge and then head around this corner. Now again, this is another little bit of a tricky jump. You can jump to this little ledge, which is what I'll do. A Warlock can make it directly up there, which is where we're going. You can also use Salvation's Grasp again on this wall if you need it, or on that wall really. But once you're here, I'm just going to make it easy on myself. I'm going to use Heat Rising, and we're going to head up to this platform. And a Hunter with Stompies will be able to make that jump with a sword. Again, everything I would suggest using a sword. Now this spot also confuses a lot of people. We're going to be heading up onto this block, but there is an invisible barrier here, so you kind of have to come out to the right side again and jump up and around and land on this block. And then we're going down to that platform, but the way to get there is to go under this wall by crouching down, and then you can just jump and fall down to here. Come around this corner, and we're going up onto this little ledge that's sort of hard to see, but just jump up and you can find it. And then turn to your right and head on to this ledge, sort of this grouping of rocks. Now, the next spot that we're going is actually directly above us, but it's invisible from where we are. Once we're above, we'll be able to see it. But to get to it, you have to kind of jump out towards this wall again and then back and over. Now, if you're on a Hunter, I would use Salvation's Grasp on this wall to create a crystal and then jump back and over. On a Warlock, you can kind of just jump up and then scoot back into this corner, and you can see, you can't really actually see it. It's sort of here. If you're up here, you can actually see it a little bit better, but you're on this invisible ledge here. Now, the next spot we're going is up onto this rock or crystal, as you can see it. We can sort of walk around this ledge for a while over to this side to make the jump a little bit easier. And again, I'm going to use Heat Rising just to make it a lot easier, but a Hunter can make that jump, and you're heading over to this ledge. And now that we're above, you can kind of see the layout a little bit better. There's actually a ledge directly above you. We were sort of right over there. You can sometimes make your jump all the way up to this ledge if you need. You can also use a Stasis Crystal on this wall to make the jump, but I like to just go right there. It seems to be the easiest. Now, once you're here, you'll have a load zone directly behind you. This is where I take out a sword, and you're just going to go through the load zone as quickly as possible. You can do this with multiple people. Just hit the load zone, and now we are in Tower of Opened Eyes. You can even rally a raid banner here to get your super back, or change your super if that's what you want to use, as Kalli is directly beneath us. Now, the great thing about this glitch is that there will be no kill timer. You will always be able to self-revive even through the wipe mechanic. So all you really have to do is start the encounter, find Kalli as she warps around the map, just long enough to get her to go back to the middle, and then you get a damage phase. She'll try to wipe you over and over again. You might die to enemies. It doesn't matter. You'll always be able to self revive. Usually right in this area is where you'll spawn in, but sometimes even down there. Now do keep in mind that there is, on occasion, you might spawn outside of the actual raid room. If this happens, kill yourself and self-revive, and eventually you will land back inside the raid room. You just have to go to a previous spawn point, and that's how you rotate them, is by killing yourself. But usually if you establish a spot right here long enough, just by standing here right as you go in, you'll always revive here, or always be able to self-revive here. So I'll start up the encounter just so you can see. Now I say that this is a very easy farm because you do actually get the platinum completion for the Guardian Medallion. Excuse me, for the Platinum Plunderer. This is for raids. Also works in dungeons, by the way, and there actually is a very fast farm for this if you just do the second encounter in the Prophecy. But if you're by yourself, or if you have 6 people, this is just easy because there is no kill timer. You don't have to worry about wiping, and you know, all you have to do is get a little bit better at some of those out-of-map glitches, and you can get here really quick. I took my time. But you do get progress for this, so I will show you that though this is very easy, it's not the fastest. Usually by yourself, I would say this will take 15 minutes. The things that I would bring with you are a Wither Horde, just because that can constantly do tick damage, even if Kalli teleports. So no matter where where she goes on the map, you'll always be sort of doing some damage to her. Also, you can sort of double stack the damage if you lay one on the ground versus one directly on Kalli. So you just kind of have to wait around for her to head back to the middle again. And nothing here can really hurt you that much. And now she's back in the middle for a full damage phase. And I'll just use my super. Do as much damage as I can. As you can see, the damage is somewhat slow. If you have 6 people, though, this is really, really quick. You'll probably defeat it in entirely one damage phase, probably in this first damage phase. In fact, I think I did do it with a raid group, and we only took one damage phase. Of course, we stacked everything we possibly could. But as you can see, she kills me because of the white mechanic, but I can just self-revive, and I actually spawn right down here. So now all I have to do is just wear her down. I might switch up my super at this point just to do more damage and stop actually not shooting her. If you run out of ammo, there's no shortage of stuff. Also a great laurel farm, as you can stay in here forever, really, and the enemies in this particular phase will keep spawning. Eventually you get a damage phase no matter what, even if you don't shoot Kalli on the plates, but it'll go on for an extended period of time. I don't know if there's any particular thing that will actually stop this. So you can take as long as you want, use this however you want, and like I said beginning of the video, heading into next season where there will be a raid rotation, there will be a week where this raid will be the raid in rotation, hopefully, and if it is, you will be able to use this to actually get raid loot because you get the actual raid weapon drop from defeating Kalli this way. So there's really no downside to this. Every week I've been doing this. Another thing that you get is Spoils of Conquest. Now, Spoils of Conquest are given out in most of the secret chests in the other 2 raids currently, Vault of Glass, and the new raid, which name escapes me at the moment. But Vow of the Disciple, just remembered it. And there is ways to get in and get secret chests. You'll get 5 spoils from each one of them in those 2 raids. But beyond that, and I think there are 4 maybe secret chests that you can actually get, maybe 3 solo as a solo player. Though this doesn't reward you 5, it does reward you 3 per character. So every week you can farm this for an extra 9 Spoils of Conquest every week. And if you are a solo player, there's maybe few options to actually be able to get Spoils of Conquest, or maybe some of this exclusive raid loot, or maybe even those platinum medallions for the Guardian games.